it at, man? It ain't there. It's gonna pop up about in under 11 minutes. Just, man, I'm gonna wait, I guess. Gosh. Which one do we want to do with this time? It's 3:12. It's gonna pop up anyway. Welcome to the Graffiti Jungle. Probably Lingua. The Q&A thing. And it's not even, it's not even bad to put a Q&A in here. It's just more like an announcement. Apollos. You know, which one still not working? Well, let me check. Nope, still ain't working. The green screen still not working. I don't know why. I don't know why. All right. I'm not waiting for things to work right. This has been work. Well, let me switch up. Let me switch it because I've been using this one enough. I want to make sure it still works for the next one. If I fumble around in the dark. Oh, funny Marco. He asked Cam Newton, "You get dressed in the dark?" Darn it, no, I'm not about to. What's we call it? Okay. Technically, let me put this away. Mm, 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 mm. Ouch! That hurt. That turnaround hurt. So from here, all right, first question. One wish? Oh man, you know, every time it gets to the wishes, it's like, you ever ask your bitch for more bitches? Just because I be laughing and giggling, don't think I'm gonna pistol whip somebody. All right. Okay, one wish. You had one wish. You said about to? Right now? I just want to make sure, like, you asking that means you're interested. Like for me, I wouldn't ask that. I wouldn't watch. I wouldn't, because I'm not interested. I wouldn't ask that. Now, I don't want to say that you are, but I wouldn't ask that because I'm not interested. The one wish, ask your bitch for more bitches. Well, I'm not doing this. Which one's more important? The rose gold glass ranch house? A rose gold glass ranch house. Or what's next? You got a rose gold glass ranch house. Why would you risk? Do you want a black Lamborghini? Or do you want the red Lamborghini? Or do you want the white Lamborghini? You want it to be a soft top? You want the Storado? You want the Revuelto? You want the Temerario? Which Lamborghini? You want the LM002? Which Lamborghini do you want? You want a Camaro? You want a Charger? You want a Challenger? You want a Tesla Roadster? Which Lamborghini do you want? You want the rose gold glass ranch house? You want a Cane Corso? Or you want a Doberman? You want the Doberman? You want a black? You want a black Cane Corso? Do you want a uh, you want an albino snake, or you want the snake that has some spots on it? You want a white snake with some spots on it? Do you want the tarantula somewhere? Do you want the ruby tarantula, or do you want the sapphire tarantula? Which tarantula do you want? Why do you want to pick one tarantula? Or do you want the Doberman to be, I'm forgetting the word here, a Merle? Do you want a Merle Doberman? Do you want an albino Doberman? Do you want a red, which Doberman do you want? You want the brown one, the red one, the black Doberman? Why would you just want one Doberman if you want multiple Dobermans of all the colors and all the shades? If you want multiple Lamborghinis, if you want a rose gold glass ranch house, you want a house in Jamaica, you want a house in Italy, you want a house in China, you want a house in Japan, you want a house in Russia, just to say I got a house in multiple, like you just want one? Why are you gonna say one? Why is always one? Actually, in the original, if we just move this from, because the goal isn't just, it's that's Ray J, one wish. The goal isn't one wish, but in actuality, Aladdin, it's not three wishes. You have infinite amount of wishes. Why? You have a limited mindset that I'm not even going to entertain. I'm not even going to answer a limited question. You're saying one, I have an infinite abundant mind. I am not infinite wishes. Infinite wishes. You can have anything and everything and all things. So, the rose gold glass ranch house, multiple snakes, multiple tarantulas, multiple Cane Corsos, multiple Dobermans, multiple Lamborghinis, multiple Challengers, multiple Camaros, multiple Challengers, multiple Chargers. When I say charger, I'm not talking about iPhone chargers. I'm not talking about having a sidekick phone. I'm not talking about Batman and Robin sidekick. I'm talking about a sidekick phone. I'm not talking about a BlackBerry phone. I'm talking about HTC Evo. I'm talking a Razr flip phone. You're going to have multiple phones. You got to have the plug. You know what I'm saying? I got two, one for the hose. You got to have multiple phones. You see what I'm saying? You can't have one. You got to have multiple. Everything is multiple. You want to have options. You don't want to be locked down with you don't want one. King Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines. He has a whole book in the Bible. If they didn't want you to, they would write about the good people and not about, they all found favor in the eyes of the Lord. He had 700 wives and 300 concubines. There's a lot of people that have multiple wives and concubines and mistresses. They all found favor in the Lord. In yesterday's session, we found out that, well, we didn't find out that. In yesterday's session, we had the Bible Olympics. In first place was King Solomon, 700 wives, 300 concubines. Second place was like 14 wives. You see what I'm saying? Now, we don't know what Genghis Khan, we don't know how many he had, but Genghis Khan was up there. I did the rose gold glass ranch house. We said the Lamborghinis, we said Tesla Roadsters, multiple colors, multiple Tesla Roadsters. We said the snakes, we said the dogs, we said the Cane Corsers, we said the Dobermans. I'm trying to think. Well, multiple bitches. Every flavor we want. We want the Italians, we want the Czechoslovakian, we want the Turkish, we want the Brazilian, we want the, when I say Spanish, I'm talking about from Spain. We want the Spanish bitches. We want the Brazilian, we want the Nicaraguan, the Dominican, the Cuban, the Colombiana, all of that. All of them. And then outside of that, what else? Yeah, man, we want all that. I'm trying to think. I don't want to miss nothing. You gotta have a couple planes. We don't need a private jet. We just want some planes. I didn't say motorcycle. I learned about the Brutale 1000 motorcycles. You want to have multiple motorcycles, multiple planes, multiple motorcycles. Planes, motorcycles. We got the cars, planes, multiple properties, different countries. What else? Anything else? I'm trying to figure out. We got bitches in every country. And then, oh, that's dope. A personal chef. A personal chef. Thank you. All these bitches gotta cook though. All of them gotta cook. All of them. Okay. The thing finally popped up. Here we go. Finally. I was waiting. Thanks for that one question. Now we can get into the intro. 76th of the year. Oh man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, let's move that right there. Let's do this. You know I got that thing on me, bro. Got that thing on me, bro. All right, let's do this. Welcome to the graffiti jungle. Paolo Lingue. Benvenuti nella giungla del graffiti. Questo è Impastore, a Rockstar. It's the fake Rockstar chat show. Pensieri Tangentiali, formerly known as Tangential Thoughts Chat Show. Shout out to my co-host and doggy Heaven Bailey. Podcast Sweet Cigari, Cigar Talk Podcast. Questo è Soggetto SettantaSEI. One more time. Questo è Soggetto SettantaSEI. I'm going to try to answer your question without answering your question directly. I'm not a politician. I don't get paid to answer questions truthfully. I have no reason to tell you the truth. I have more reason to lie to you. Great answer. Great answer. Buongiorno. Buonasera. Buonasera. Grazie mille. Prego. Attention. If I have to make a reference. Atten's son. Atten's son. Attention. Atten's son. Who is Atten's son? Aten is that Kemet? Is that Egyptian? Aten is a pharaoh? Is it a god? Aten. Aten son. Sono tuo capo, io sono cinque. Oh, questo è Soggetto SettantaSEI. This is the 76. So, today's date is, what's today's date? February 11th. 11/11. All right. Let me go through the rest of this. And that was the first one. Hopefully they didn't say anything else. If we could ask for that. And then I can move on. I think this person might be one of those neurodivergent type of people. I'm saying neurodivergent, but that's what I'm refraining from saying the R word. I'm gonna tell you what I'm talking about. What are you listening to? You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. chat cleaned up. So I went through everything. All the quotes, down to I was like, the video was at a nice length that I did not have to wait for too long, and it was able to just go through there. The other one, with all the quotes, as a whatchamacallit, they're there. So you can go back and forth, whatever, how you want to do that. I said it in words, give it some audio, but for the readers, there's one for the readers. And the ones I did, like, I came back, add the captions on it. There's nothing else I want to say or do with that. I'm cool with it. I came back, add the captions to the ones that I wanted to. That I thought were cool. Added that, my own little mix and spin to it. SettantaSEI just did that live, and that was I was able to finish it. Edited my music video parts for today. Yeah, edited my music videos for today. Everything that's on the channel. As I had a conversation today, it's over 15,000 videos of whatever I'm interested in and whatever I want to talk about. And it's sorted into 135 playlists. So all my passions are sorted into playlists. Anything I want to talk about, just talk about life. Focus on the art. Focus on the art. You know, even in the description box, I use all the characters in the description box. Art, that is it, that is all, just art. But we're starting to rain. Starting to rain a little harder. Nicely done, nicely done. So goals for today will be to design and journal. Well, it depends on how you'll find it. Because I'm there for both. If you say, I'm rich in happiness, therefore I'm both. I'm rich in happiness. The other things, if you want to know what God thinks about money, look who he gave it to. If you want to know what God thinks about money, look who he gave it to. Who's to decide who has everything and who has nothing? Don't work too well. Too much wind outside. Well, it's not too much wind. It could be windier. It could definitely be windier. That's a slick comment. You're saying it in a way as if I have not achieved. It's a slick comment. It's high-key disrespectful. It's high-key disrespectful. It's rather presumptuous to think that I have not achieved. I had my master's degree when I was 23. I taught at the college by the time I was 25. So I was a college professor at the age of 25. I spent enough of my time in education when I should have been focused on my art. So I've achieved many great things. My name is published in papers and research papers on epidemiology. I have papers published on epidemiology. I'm published in the math realm and study. I've published 10 books in 3 years. Excuse me. I published 9 books in 3 years. If I decide to publish a book today, I have until the 17th to publish one more book. If I decide to publish a book today, which I can publish another book today if I wanted to. And I'll have 10 books within 10 years. 10 books within 3 years. I've published 9 books in 3 years. If I publish one book within the next week, I will have 10 books within the last 3 years. I've designed and created over a thousand pieces of merchandise for my company from May 2025 until January 2026. So from May until January, whatever the span of months that is, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. In 8 months, I created over 1,000 pieces of merchandise. I've sold dogs, I've sold art, I've sold books, I've sold clothing, I've sold ideas, I've created websites. I've sold videos. Everyone's a whore, they're just selling different parts of themselves. Of course, I sold paintings and the like. Some people talk about Kobe as if he overachieved, as if that's even possible to overachieve. I lived in multiple places, had multiple lives. Some people could tell you one thing, and then they see this. I've created music, poetry. I have 2 poetry books. I have one, just one, Ottavo Stagioni. Ottavo Stagioni. Season 8 is my movie. I have one movie. Wow, man. All right here was perfect like me. If she was perfect, then, you know, the funny joke, it's not that funny, actually, but, you know, if she can dress up and wear a lot of different clothes and different hairstyles, if she's a model like me, because I had to design my own clothes, model it, take my own pictures and videos, and to put my pictures and videos on my website. I'm my own model, I'm my own fashion designer, I'm my own stylist. If she can switch up her personality and be as funny, intelligent, charismatic, if she's a model, she's attractive, she has to, it's a lot of pressure. Yeah, unfortunately, I am perfect. So I don't adopt or agree or accept that mentality. That is for you to think, that is not for me. If the first question is, if you get to those little pearly gates and it's like, it's a perfect place, only perfection can exist. Are you perfect? No. Well, then this ain't the place for you. Why do you think that you would ever go to wherever you think you're going to go? Hell must be empty, and all the devils are here. The people who built their heaven on your land is telling you yours is in the sky. Imagine the first question is, are you perfect? And you say no, thinking you being honest and truthful. Well, this is a perfect place, and you can't be here. But you're perfect for me. Rebel. Tim's has a song called Mr. Rebel. I met a girl named Rebel. If you ask my mom, that she would say, if I don't talk to her. I couldn't tell you the last time I talked to her. Matter of fact, but I will say the last time I talked to her, she said that. But like I said, I met a girl named Rebel. I thought that was actually a nice name. Her name is Rebel. This is a very peaceful. No, it's not. I stay away from people with pain in their heart. They repulse me and disgust me. That's why I stay to myself. I don't want it to rub off on me. I don't have pain, I don't have anger. I don't have fear. I don't have none of that. All right. The other things, there's a dark side though, and I'm totally fine with accepting the dark side. But that is for me. I don't like when people try to. That's where things get a little bit. Because I'll talk about somebody in an objective sense. I'll say, this is what you're doing. That person tries to name call. That's where you lose credibility in my eyes. Name calling. Trying to interpret how I feel, how I think, any of that. Those are your words. Objectively, what is said, what is done. I focus on what is said and what is done. People lose credibility. They start to use to label me in any way. It discredits everything you say. That's why I don't care what you say. Speaking different, talking different. No, people want to celebrate mediocrity. It's so easy to be great because everybody else is mediocre. They like it. They're comfortable in mediocrity. It scares me. But Kobe once said, with a lazy person, I don't understand you and I don't want to understand you. People want to win without losing. Even heaven demands death. People want to win without losing. Even heaven demands death. You can't, well, depending on how you look at it, depending on how you interpret it, unless you create your little heaven on earth. Otherwise, you gotta die to see heaven. Therefore, you should probably be looking forward to it. Embrace it. You're not making it out alive. It has a 100% mortality rate. Allegedly. There's this guy named Enoch. But they didn't publish his book. They mentioned him, but they took his book out. It's blasphemy. The Dead Sea Scrolls. The Library of Alexandria. The Vatican. Well, if nothing lasts forever, what makes love different? We're coming to the end once again. And now we wait until the next round of cigar talk. If you're currently enjoying the talks, playlist for this year, keeping track of Soggetto of every subject. There's a playlist for every subject. I think I called it Soggetto Sagari Soggetto, something like that. That is for this year. Last year, it didn't have its own playlist, but it's all in Cigar Talk. Session. Sessione. Oh, we come to the end again. But I enjoyed the last few hours, for sure. For sure. There's this little thing that you can like poke. It's like a toothpick, but you put there so you don't have to hold it, and therefore it doesn't burn your hands, and you can also just continue just a little bit longer. I need one of those. Or just get a toothpick. Steve Harvey has a whatchamacallit. If you say that a certain year of your life was whatever, then where was the growth? You still talking about your 30s, or you still talking about your 20s or high school years or any of that stuff? Like, that was the peak of your life and nothing ever, you ain't grow, you still think the same, you still, there's this one guy, he walks every day. Whenever you ask him how he feels, he says, today is the best day of my life. Tomorrow is gone. No, yesterday is gone. Tomorrow isn't promised. Today is the best day of my life. But living life in such a way that you just wouldn't do it over, you wouldn't even do putting parts again. But if I must say, if I have to give an answer, time spent with my dog Bailey are the times that I miss most. Sometimes I want another dog, sometimes I don't. I had the perfect dog. I don't know if I want another dog. I miss having a dog. But the best time of my life was when I got to spend all my days with Bailey. Just me and my girl. Just me and my girl. I miss my snake and my dog. I had 2 snakes. I had 2 dogs. I had a red poodle. A yellow Labrador. I had a ball python and a fancy ball python. My tarantula might still be alive. I ain't been checking on it. I saw your comment and I raised my cigar. You know the poker reference? I see your and I raise it. I see your, I don't know, I need to learn that, but I haven't learned how to play poker yet. That's rich shit. I need to learn how to play poker. It's windy outside. It's windy outside. I'm just trying to make the most, make it last. I had a professor. He always talked soft. My calculus professor, one of my favorite professors. It was by epitome. If you know the phrase, you could hear a pin drop, that was his classroom. You could hear a pin drop. The funniest thing, like literally, was when somebody dropped a pencil. And we actually laughed. Because we was like, so I think either somebody said it was like, dang, a pencil just dropped. That's how intense class was. But he never yelled. He never raised his voice. Well, I misspoke. The only time he would raise his voice is when the chalk broke. He wrote. And whenever the chalk would break, he'd be like, done. Grab another one. If the chalk broke, done. That shit was lit. Math class, bro. Calculus. I had him for Calc 1 and Calc 2. I had another guy for Calc 3. One of my favorite professors. But he talked soft. because it was that soft and subtle way of demanding attention. He would lean forward. No. Everybody in class had to lean forward to hear what he said. Favorite professor, Musavizada. Musavizada. I'll always remember that class. Musavizada. Moosavizadeh. Musavizada. My favorite calculus professor. Favorite calculus professor. What is this? So, this was Soggetto SettantaSEI. Soggetto SettantaSEI, which is 76. Subject 76.